Hey guys, this is Angie, also known as The Light. Welcome to my channel. Um, like, subscribe, and if you'd like to make a donation, my PayPal information is always in the description box. First time to my channel, welcome. So, today I want to talk about what happened in my situations when I went no contact. A lot of people want to go no contact. A lot of people want to get these narcissists out of their life, but they're scared of the outcome. They're already attached. They're already mentally and emotionally and spiritually trapped to this narcissist. But you still have some awareness, especially if you're watching this video and you're trying to figure out how the heck can I get rid of this narcissist? How do I leave? How do I go about it? For me, I had some narcissists just leave. God removed them out of my life, or they got tired of me. A lot of narcissists got tired of me because no matter how many narcissists controlled me at one point, I always fought back. That is something the narcissist hates. They don't like a fighter. They need a weak spirit to control. So there came a point where I became very argumentative and feisty, and was willing to argue, willing to sometimes maybe even physically fight. And they're not gonna deal with that. There are some who are violent, and if they feel that you are weak, they'll beat your ass. Basically, they will. I'm gonna give you an example. When it came time to me cutting off my narcissistic stepfather, that was one of the hardest things I had to do. As far as like concerning having to cut off a family member, because even though I had such a horrible relationship with my biological father, I felt I needed him. I felt he was that replacement, even though in the back of my mind I knew he molested me, touched me in my sleep when I was a child, cheated on my mom, beat on my mom. He did all these things, lies, made empty promises to me, put me down, and all these different things he did. But I still was thirsty and eager because I didn't have a great relationship with my biological father. And I felt I was closer to him because he raised me from a year old till I was 12 years old. Even after my mother divorced him, he continued to manipulate me and control me. He basically wanted me to be like him. I always was creative. I'm a hairstylist. I write poetry. I'm very artistic. I can draw, I can sketch. I'm just a artistic person overall. And people who are artists, they fight for that. And he would tell me, no, you shouldn't be, an artist, and you shouldn't be a hairstylist. That's not a real job. He tried to shape and mold me into who he was. He was a correction officer. So when I said, oh, should I take the exam? He was all for that. He wanted me to be like a little him. What made me cut him off? I think everyone has a limit to them. Everyone has a limit, and I reached my limit with him. And he lived in another state, and he every year, once a year, he would visit New York. I live in New York. And he would contact me, and he would go to this restaurant that's really popular. I'm sure you've heard of Junior's every year, and he'll invite everyone, like friends and family, to this particular restaurant, you know, to Junior's for like a family dinner. So, this was really crazy because he actually stayed in a hotel in Queens. And at the time, you know, I was living in Queens. So I said to him, like, I'm in my head thinking, why would he make, I'm supposed to be his daughter. Why would he make me take the train, the bus and train all the way to Brooklyn, a 2-hour ride from Queens, on public transportation instead of just picking me up and taking me to the restaurant? So for this particular dinner, I was late, and I contacted him and let him know that I was going to be late and don't leave until I got there. Basically what happened was I got there and he left. He left. And that was like the last straw. I was just like, in my head, like, this man does not give a damn about me. Regardless of me being late, you're in a car. You haven't seen your daughter for a year. And you couldn't wait. And it was like he had just left. Like, I just got off the train, and 10 minutes later, you know, 10 minutes before he had left Brooklyn. And I was just like, wow, that really let me know, you know. And throughout the whole trip, he never came to see me, and was in my head like, this man does not give a damn about me. If I consider someone to be my child, my daughter, I would not have left. I would have sat in my car and waited. I don't care if it's 30 minutes. I don't care if it's an hour. And I'm not being, you know, inconsiderate. But if I haven't seen my daughter in a year, I would have waited. He never even called my phone and left the message. He never even texted me and said we're leaving. He just didn't give a damn. He didn't care. And that right there just let me know, like, I'm done. I'm finished. Like, this is it. This is it. And I remember I called, I think I had T-Mobile at the time. I called T-Mobile right then and there. And I said, T-Mobile, I lied. Like, oh, I'm having someone harass me from this particular number. I need to change my phone number right away. And I changed my number. And I never contacted him again. He began to email me and say, oh, I've been trying to contact you. You don't have a phone? I said, no, I don't have a phone. I lied. I said, nope. I lied and lied until I finally got rid of this narcissist. And you're going to have to play the game. Sometimes you're going to have to lie, and you're going to have to make up all these things to get these crazy people out of your life. You're going to have to do it. And I lied and I lied until I didn't have a phone. And eventually he found out that I had a cell phone, and he contacted me, and he said that his children, he has 3 children with the woman he married after he divorced my mom, which was his mistress. So he had 3 children with her, and he said, you're hurting my children. And this is such a narcissistic thing. Instead of him focusing that he left me, instead of him focusing on all the things that he has done to me through the years, he said to me, because you're hiding your phone number from me and from my children, you're hurting my children. And I am not going to let you disrespect my children. I'm going to protect my children the way your mother and I protected you. And do you know how badly I wanted to say, yeah, you did protect me just like how you molested me, huh? That's great protection. That's what I really wanted to say, but I didn't. I just told him, look, I don't want you to have my phone number, and that is why I lied. I just confessed it. I came out with the truth to him. I said, I don't want you to have my phone number because I'm done. I no longer want a father-daughter relationship with you, and you need to stop contacting me. It's a wrap. It's over. This is it. Never contact me again, ever in life. And he just kept asking every email, what can I do to fix it? Can you please tell me what I did? I said, you already know what you did. You know what you did in the past. You know what you did in the present. it's done. Do not contact me anymore. And he continued to email me. I'm going to say maybe, over the course of a year, he continued and, asked other family members to contact me and stuff like that. And, his children, his son ended up hating me because his son felt as if I had something against him, but I didn't have anything against him. Of course, I was just running for my life, to get away from that psychopath. But his two daughters actually follow me on social media, and I guess he's never spoke poorly of me to them, because they always speak to me like, oh, you're my big sister and we miss you, we remember you, and stuff like that. They're like not in their 20s yet. They're young. They're like just getting out of high school. One is in college, one is in high school actually. So he's never spoken poorly about me to them. And it was hard cutting him off, because a lot of people, people from my ex-church and, family and friends would say, how could you not speak to your father? He raised you. You owe him. I had to defend my name, and that's something you have to prepare yourself for. You got to be willing to take that criticism, and it doesn't matter. Let people criticize you for cutting your narcissistic mother off, or father off, or siblings, or ex-husband, ex-wife, whoever, even your children. You gotta be strong. You gotta thicken that skin. You can't cave in just because it makes you look bad. Like, no, you're saving your life. You're saving your soul when you're getting rid of these sociopaths and these narcissists who can ruin your life, even more than what they've done. And it's been years. I don't know. I'll tell you the truth. I don't even know how many years it's been since I've spoken to him. Sometimes I see photos, because the two girls that follow me on social media, they post pictures of him, and I don't feel absolutely anything when I see pictures of him. And that's how I know I'm healed and I'm over it. It looks like I'm looking at a stranger, honestly, and I don't desire that. I feel as if I had to heal from my biological father and things that I went through with him. I had to heal from what this narcissist did to me, and my stepfather. And I know this sounds weird, but I just look at like my creator's my father. My earthly father is deceased. My earthly mother's deceased, and they played a role in who I am as a woman today. And I'm just thankful, for the good and the bad. But honestly, going cold turkey is the best way. I feel like when you get to that point, don't ever look back. Don't ever look back. Cut them off. Let them go. You're going to have to just get rid of them. The second narc that was hard for me to cut off was my ex-best friend. And it was in 2016. We were in Puerto Rico. Sorry, I keep playing my hair. We were in Puerto Rico, and that was it for me. I left him in Puerto Rico, basically. And I woke up that morning. We shared a hotel room. I woke up that morning and I knew. It was like, this is it. And I think he knew too, because he was just like trying to be nice, like, oh, are you okay? Do you want to get breakfast? Do you need this? Do you need that? And he kept like following me in the room and stuff like that. And I was just like, nope, nothing. He had lost the key to the car rental, and the rental was on my credit card, credit card or whatever. And they ended up charging me almost $400 because he lost the key. And he never said to me, Angie, I'm willing to give you back the money when I start working, or You know, somehow when I get some money, I'll give it back to you. Nothing. He was just like, oh, this trip is ruined. Like, I lost the key. And I'm like, how could you say the trip is ruined and my card is now charged $400 extra? So having a car rental that was like $25 a day shot up to $400 for me. And you're complaining, and this is how disgusted I was. And I was done. And we were flying out different days the next day. And when we walked out that hotel, he hugged me and he said, I love you. And I said, thank you. He went his way. I went my way. I went on to the beach because my flight wasn't leaving yet. And I'm not going to lie, I got on that beach. I laid on, you know, a beach chair, and I cried. And that was it. I have not spoken to him. I have not seen him. I flew in on a Saturday. I changed my number by Monday. And don't get me wrong, it took me about a year to heal, but I never got that urge to call him, to text him. I don't care how many dreams I had of him, how much I yearned to talk to him. I was like, no, he does not love me. He does not feel the same way, because actions speak louder than words. And that was tough. And that's my advice to you. If there's a narcissist that you have to cut off, go cold turkey. I mean, drop off the face of the earth. That's the only way you're going to be able to get rid of them. And let me tell you something. They do not miss you. They miss what you've been doing for them. That's what they miss. They miss being able to finesse you and G you up, to take your money, to get sex from you, your time, for you to just be an emotional tolerable for them. That's what they miss. They don't miss you. They never liked you. They never liked you. Yeah, they desire to be like you, but they don't like you because they can't be you. Go cold turkey. I'm telling you. Get rid of them. And I know for those who have narcissistic children, you can't just go cold turkey. But you have to, while you're around them, you have to start mentally blocking them out. They curse you out. They do certain things. Don't respond. Just go silent. You know what? Yes, you're right. Yeah, you're right. That's what you do. Don't respond to every little thing they do. They're looking for your response. They're doing things to piss you off. They're feeding off your energy when you respond to them. They love that shit. They love it. They live off of that. And slowly they disappear. Slowly they leave you alone and they're going to go attack somebody else. Stop giving them your energy. I don't care what they say. I don't care what they do. Hold it in. Don't give them that energy. That's what they're looking for. I know if you're married to a narcissist, you have children to a narcissist, yeah. Going through the court system is going to be horrid. It's going to be horrible. But the end result is your peace and your sanity. And it's worth going through the court system. It's worth having to go through child support and all that extraness. It's worth it at the end. It's worth it. But never let them see you sweat. Don't react to everything that they do. They live for that. Because when you react, that's letting them know that they still have control over you. And when they have that control, they control your soul. Hopefully this was helpful for you. And I'm going to continue to do more videos. Peace and blessings.